A whole hour in here. I'm sure you'll get it together.
Is there like a certain password in order to get connected to the internet on this?
I don't believe there is. Not that I know of. I've never logged one in here.
Okay.
But anyway, how you doing, Takiyah? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm awesome. I'm feeling great. I'm looking great.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Definitely. I'm just souped up. You are, I believe, with all my heart, my very first interview for radio.
Oh, all right. Yes. Get the clap thing on. Hit the clap thing. Hit the clap thing on.
So I've done television shows.
Yes, I'm saying yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I feel good about that, to just, be back and embrace the radio world.
Well, it's good.
You guys know this used to be my thing too, right?
Yes,
radio,
yes, it has.
Feels good to be home. I can't stop smiling, man.
Well, first of all, just tell us a little bit about yourself before we delve into the new stuff. Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, let me share that I came from the music industry. And as I was in the music industry, I recognized some things was going on behind the scenes. And needless to say, I don't want to get into details about all that, because I don't want my interview to be about a whole nother thing.
Mm-hmm.
But needless to say, I realized that God began to speak to me, and He began to show me that there was another path that He wanted me to take.
Okay.
He began to reveal to me that the people who I was serving in the wrong world, He was going to use me to bring them into His world, into His light. And I didn't question it. I was just like, okay, answer the call. And so, and that's basically what I did. And so, after that, the first book started coming through, and my fans used to always say, because I've always done like positive, inspirational stuff like that.
Yes.
And all my fans used to be like, you need to write a book. Now, at the time, you guys know I was a songwriter.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I ain't no book writer, and I was like in total denial, I guess I didn't really want to become an author. I wanted to stay in the music world some kind of way, okay? And so because I wanted to stay in there in some, kind of way, I just realized that, God sat me down, and I started to type all of this stuff. And I don't know, it just was flowing. It just kept coming. And I was typing, and I was like, hold on. I don't know who this is, but whoever you are.
All right now.
I'm all right with you coming, but give me a minute, my Lord.
It was downloading,
yeah,
it was downloaded.
And this is the reason this, and this is it. I'm just like, wow.
Now, what was your first book about?
So my first book was actually called Get Your Life Together. This is my very first book.
Okay.
Get Your Life Together. And Get Your Life Together is basically about, the different things that we go through in life every single day, whether it's relationships or being in a relationship with somebody who's already in a relationship, or whether it's, you being around people who are always feeling sorry for yourself, putting a lot of people in your business is bad business, because once you tell somebody your business, now when you and your man is working things out, you done told them all of that, and so now that negative energy is being projected into your relationship. So either, whether you want your relationship to be a problem or not, you have so many other people projecting that negative energy towards it, which creates a catastrophe and not long before breakup.
I know that's right.
And many more things. I talk about diving deep. I teach you about the ego. I teach you about self-love. I teach you about the music industry and how it's utilized to mind control you. And so Get Your Life Together is the first book I tell everybody to get. Before you even try to get into any of my other books, these books are very easy reads. We'll get to that. Anyway, these books are very, very easy reads, all right? And so because they're really easy reads, most people read them 2 and 3 times, because the information in the books are extremely life-changing. Like, some people tell me you have to put it down and be like, okay, wait, I just got to go back. I got to digest all the damage that I did, because I show you, why did you attract that type of relationship? Why did you allow somebody to abuse you? Why didn't you say anything anything to your mother when such and such was going on. Because these are different fears and these are different beliefs that we have. And all of these things we accepted because we saw our mom be abused, or we saw, our dad doing drugs or being in the streets. You know what I mean? Because this is for men and women. I'm an advocate for both. So I don't just support women. I support men and women. Because at the end of the day, I realize that, for whatever reason, I have been chosen to do this. So I had to take you through these different schools. So get your life together. Start here. The second book that I wrote was called Wisdom Words of Consciousness, which I sold out. So
say that one again. Say that one again. The name of that one again?
Wisdom Words of Consciousness.
All right.
And so Wisdom Words of Consciousness is about really you tapping into the different levels and frequencies of who you are to understand, what you're creating in your life. It's also a book of quotes that I did, so they're all original quotes in the book.
Good, nice.
There is, I'm teaching you like the beginning stages of manifestation, how to manifest what it is that you want, that one is more like a remedial type book. After you get past this, and then you feel like, okay, I might need a little refresher, I might need a little reminder, then that's when you're going to go to Wisdom Words of Consciousness. And it never fails. You could just open up that book and it'll be something for you. It never fails. Everybody who's read that book says that, like, oh my God, I was just thinking this earlier today.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, it's incredible to experience that. The one after that was 7 things you need to change your life.
7 things you need to change your life.
7 things. Y'all give me a second here.
You sound like a preacher there. 7 things.
You already know. So, 7 things you need to change your life is just straight to the point. 7 things that you're behind need to change if you want to see some changes. And it's really just explaining to you how one of the biggest problems that we have in our human experience is change. And the very moment that you decide to change is when the doors begin to open for you so that you can see the promise. You can't really see the promise. You only hear about it. Maybe somebody prophesies it to you, but you can't completely see the promise until you line up. You know what I mean? You have to be lined up with, who you are, who God is in you, understanding your power, understanding that, you're not just this flesh on the outside. The spirit being man needs your attention, and we neglect that part because we're just so focused on what's going on outside of us.
Wow.
And the more that we focus on what's going on outside of us, it's only the distraction that keeps you disconnected from who he is, which means if you're not connected to who he is, you surely can't be connected to who you are.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, I ain't going to start going in. Y'all know, because I already feel it over here. She's coming. She's coming.
Wow.
She's coming. So, real quick, I'll go over with you guys the 7 things and what they are. But buy this book.
Yes.
Right?
Maybe give them like 2 or 3. Don't give them all 7. Don't buy the book.
That's right. I'm going to tell you the first thing that you need to change, though. The first thing you need to do is change your attitude. Holla.
That's right.
The second chapter is you need to change your uncertainty. Change your uncertainty. Why are you so unsure that you can have what God says is already yours? You know what I mean? Why are you so unsure that what you say you want, and if God says that he gives you the desires of your heart, then why are you not focusing on the desires of your heart? Why are you focusing on everything that you can't see?
Right.
And it's like this. It's like the desires of your heart could be right there. But in your mind, you're thinking that it's so far away from you. And so what ends up happening is you push it further and further away. What you think is what becomes. Whatever you feel, you make real. So if you feel that it's far away, the energetic vibration that you're putting out is going to separate you from it. It is law. This is universal law. You know what I mean? So this isn't, religion or anything like that. This is quantum physics. This is just the way it is. Hate it, love it, don't understand it, get it. It doesn't matter. This is just the way that it is. You know what I'm saying?
So why do you think people have that mindset where they feel that they can't get the things they really desire or they want?
I can answer that. And it's really because of the beliefs that they've been holding on to. What have they been taught? Who have they been listening to? Okay? So you take it that if, grandma raised mommy, and grandma was always struggling like, oh, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to put some food on the table tonight. These kids got to eat. It's too many of them. She left me with her grandkids, and these ain't even my kids, and blah, 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 blah. So you grow up and you start hearing this. The first belief that gets stuck in your mind is that if you have a lot of kids, you have to struggle.
Wow.
But then there's wealthy people who have a lot of kids and don't struggle.
That's true.
So you have to question that. Like, why is it that they don't struggle? This still isn't working. But this still isn't working. That's okay. So, you have to ask yourself, why isn't it working? It's not working because you haven't been taught how to make it work. You've only been taught how to keep it far away from you based on somebody else's belief. So once you understand that, that we've been programmed consistently on a consistent basis, whether it was through media, something that we saw on television when we were a kid, and then that got downloaded into us. Like, for instance, we see all of these movies with gangster movies, and everybody's killing each other, blah, 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 right? And so when somebody does something to you, and this is what you witnessed in this movie, the first thing that triggers in that little boy's mind as he gets 13, 14 years old, oh, well, in Boys in the Hood, this is what Raheem did, and so I'm mad, and so this is what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go get my gun from underneath the staircase or wherever he has it, and now he goes and he busts a cap in somebody behind because it's learned behavior. So every single belief we have when it comes to money, when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to, and I'm not even talking about just love and life relationships. I'm talking about relationships with your parents. Why don't you get along with your mother? Why don't you get along with your father? Oh, because he treated me like this or she treated me like that. But if you stop for a moment and you ask yourself, why did my mother treat me that way? Why did my father abandon me? Okay, what was going on in my mother's life at the time when she felt like she couldn't? You're only looking at yourself. So you're not going deeper. The programming is on a cellular level. So once we get into the cells, now that I got you thinking, the neurons in your brain are popping right now as you're listening to me. You're starting to think back right now like, Dad, my mother did tell me I don't have enough of this. Or you heard your mother say, stop asking me for money. Don't ask me for nothing no more. And so once she does that, what happens? Now you create the belief asking for money is bad.
Wow.
Whenever I ask for money, I'm always told no, which now creates a fear of rejection. And now that the fear of rejection has been created, now you grow up afraid to ask for a raise, afraid to start your own business, afraid to do all of these things that will elevate you to the next level. Wow. Why would these things elevate you to the next level? They will elevate you to the next level because you will be done with the limitation. The limitation is coming from learned behavior. This is not your true essence. Your essence knows that there is no disturbance. There is no distraction. If you just come into yourself and you just listen to your heart, there is no mind at that time. Just listen to your heart beat.
That's good. You got me mesmerized over here.
You get what I'm saying? And when you listen to your heart beat, your heart is the seed to your soul. What happens when your soul gets tired? You know what I mean? It gets deeper. It gets deeper, and that's where you got to get it from. If you want to get rid of it, you got to go deep. This is where I come in at. This is my passion, is to show you your stuff so that you could break free. You know what I mean? And step into the next level. Why did your dad abandon you? Did his father abandon him? Did his mother tell him that all men were dogs and that she hated his father? So he grew up with the belief that if I have a baby with anybody, my baby mother is supposed to hate me, and he creates a reason for his baby mother to hate him because he hates himself. It's so much deeper.
Right. And that's where they get into generation curses and stuff.
Yes, it's so much
because you're just
deeper.
passing it on from the next, and then your children hear you say it, and so forth, stuff like that. Like, how do you break the curse? How do you break the cycle? You know, how do you break the cycle?
So how do you, I'm sorry, hold on a second.
That's okay. You're listening to the Credit Repair Show here on gemsradio.net, heard locally on 91.7 FM. I'm your host, the Credit Dr. Angelo McCutcheon, but we have in studio my friend, the motivator, as you can hear right now, the motivator.
The transformer.
The transformer. Takiyah TK Diamond.
I tell people all the time, I said, you know, they call me a motivator, and it's true. I transform you, and in the process of your transformation, you will become motivated.
That's
so
good.
It's all good. It doesn't matter what you call me, it's what you get out of what I deliver. You know, and understanding the value of who you are and the value of the material that I bring forth, you know, because it's never really about me. It's really about who can I help understand what I know so that they could teach other people what I know, and then we create this domino effect. At the end of the day, what has happened to us? We created a domino effect of being dumb, of being stupid, of being ignorant. That's what happened to us. There was a domino effect that was created called stupidity. And we accepted it. And the fact that we accepted it, we claim ownership to anything you claim ownership to, or you have a belief is just a thought that you keep thinking to be true. That's it. So if I believe that the Giants is the best team in the world, don't believe that.
I'm not.
If that's my belief, you could be a Jets fan all day, but you can't change my belief because that's my belief.
Right.
So it's the same thing with anything else that you do in your life. You understand what I'm saying? What are you believing to be true for you? Okay? And so, yeah, that's everything you need to change life.
Great, awesome. That is awesome. And we're getting ready to take our first break. But you've been listening to Takiyah Diamond, just motivating you, talking about the books that she's written already and where to start to get her books. And we're going to let you know exactly how you can get her books and where you can get them from. But we're going to get ready to take a break. Yes, we're going to come back and definitely talk about that. So we're going to take this quick break and we're going to come back. You're listening to the Credit Repair Show here on gemsradio.net, heard locally on 91.7 FM. I'm your host, the Credit Doctor, Angelo McCutcheon. We'll be right back right after this. Great, awesome.
That's what's up, right?
Woo, awesome.
I know.
By the way, so what, Facebook fans? This year I was an Eagles fan for the Super Bowl. So y'all can say what y'all want, but Giants they shit out.
Yeah, listen, you gotta let the Eagles have their day. Gotta let them have their day.
Okay, so what happened?
But here you go, Angelo, right here.
Hey, what's happening, people? The Credit Doctor is in the house. We got my friend Takiyah in the house, sharing some awesome information. Peace. Yell out, big shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers, though.
I respect that. By the way, if you guys looking to get somebody to do your taxes, this is the man for y'all to come to.
That's right. Come on down. Come on down. Just inbox. What's that?
We call him the credit.
Oh, just inbox Champagne and he'll give you the information on how you can reach me. And come on down and we'll make it happen for you. Get all your taxes, all the money you need to get. We'll fix your credit at the same hand. Our company is doing it big. We're getting people money back. And I'm telling you, you need to come down and get it together because we are on the move and we're going to help you in 2018 get your credit together. So please, don't play around. Come see me. Angelo McCutcheon. The name of my company is the Faithful Credit Group. And we're just killing it. We're helping people get their credit together. And during the season, we're getting them the money they need for their taxes. So shout us out. Thank you.
Remember that commercial that used to come on where they said, "It's my money and I want it now."
That's right. I want it now. Oh, big shout out to all you guys listening here on Facebook Live.
Melinda was on
Aaron Williams, Mr. Corey, Cynthia Hill, Lauren Murphy.
Our brother on there.
Hey, Bishop Burrows, bless you, my friend. Shay Sty Flames, Dolores Wright, thank you.
Oh, Shy.
Susan, thanks for logging on. Chimani is in the house. Well, she was in the house. I don't know if you're still there, but she is in the house. Ronald, thanks for logging on. Haley, thanks for logging on. Reverend Marcus, thanks for logging on. My brother Benson Ross, thanks for logging on. Colin Jenkins, thanks for logging on. Rhonda May, Bishop Vega, thanks for logging on. I got your text and I'll get you that information in the morning. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's only him and the other guy that was moving this stuff.
We'll be back on the air probably in another 50 or 1 minute after this. Maybe a minute and a half. And we'll be back on the air.
Remember, y'all trying to get your taxes done on your credit repair.
That's
Make sure
right.
you go to this man
That's
right
here. Please. We're making it happen. We're making it happen.
Definitely. Teach you some stuff about some credit that you didn't even know existed, man. So not only do you get it fixed,
That's
not
right.
only do you get it fixed, you also get some education behind that too.
That's right.
Yeah, right here.
He fixed my credit.
She a witness for that.
That's
I've
right.
seen how many points it was?
I got, like, my score went up like 300. Let me tell you, put it this way. I put barely any money down on my new convertible.
See, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about.
That's why those cars, a new car. So,
That's what I'm talking
She's been
about.
talking about this car for God knows how long. So I don't know how we get it, but I'm getting it. And then next thing you know, it lined up. She found where she wanted it. As you always know, basically manifestation, visualizing yourself, seeing it, affirmations every day.
All
So
right,
not
now.
only was that, next thing you know, she ended up putting that into fruition because she ended up meeting this man right over here.
All right now. Doing
Back to
it.
the point. Not only do you just desire, we also got to have the steps to actually repair the things.
That's
so
it.
we can be equipped with it. So that's what it's about, man. Well, what's this book over here that you got? You gonna talk about
Yeah,
it?
I'm trying to connect to the internet, but you tell them about it. Come on.
I didn't read it yet. This is the only book I didn't read. I'm guilty of it. It just came out, that's why.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my copy.
Nah, how about they go to your website? What's your website so they can see it?
Yeah, we're gonna get all of that.
Alright,
All
so
that
you gonna
information.
wait, you gonna wait.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, don't do that.
So-
Put that down. Put that down.
Yeah, y'all can't see the book there. You gotta tune in. Y'all put the description right there, the website. Go right there to the link below.
That's
The
right.
website dropped in. Y'all got it right there. Or if you go to 91.7 FM radio, go right there too.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
But can't show y'all more stuff.
Tell them you'll be back.
Oh wait, I can show y'all this seafood spot. that I
Oh
just
yeah,
found out about.
that's right. For both the brothers in trade.
Start over. It's going to be too long.
It's not gonna be too long. It's called edit. This is my live, not yours.
You're right.
See, remember,
God bless the child. And
remember MySpace now is Facebook, so
He
just
got too much fun.
God is on.
All right now.
Hey.
All right now.
Justin's crap.
Sing it. We get a little singing going on in here with the kid Diamond.
The phone number right here, address right there. So
Give them
check
the
them out.
telephone number. Tell them to call in the next day.
What's
Yeah.
the phone number again?
973
The phone number is 973
910
910
33
33
31.
31. You guys got that? If there wasn't a phone number there, I'm gonna order from them right now. I'm sorry.
What? I thought they was where they located.
They in Trent.
How many
I'm
minutes we got?
like, what are you talking about? I'm order from
How many minutes we got?
30 seconds before we come back on.
Okay.
Well, it says no matter the event, big or small.
Well, you better order a lot of
we cater
food for them to come up here.
That's what's up. You know
They need to
what?
pay you for this free advertising.
I know,
No matter the event,
yeah.
big or small, well, my stomach is having an event right now. It may not be a big event.
15
it's
seconds.
But alright, guys, they're about to go back in, so
10
stay
seconds.
tuned.
5. Welcome back to the Credit Repair Show. I'm your host, the credit doctor, Angelo McCutcheon, bringing you all the financial information you need to understand that you do not have to live with bad credit. There is something you can do about it. But we have a special guest who's going to help me talk about that. She's an author, motivator, teacher, singer. She got it going on. If you've been listening to her, you can see how she motivates. None other than Takiyah Diamond. Takiyah.
Hey, woo! Clap back. Mine's up, y'all.
Let's talk about Minds Up. What is Minds Up all about, and how did you start that?
Okay, thank you for asking that question. Nobody hardly asks me that question. People just be like, I say mine's up, they be like, mine's up, and that's just it. But I love y'all for trusting me enough, to know that it's something positive, right?
Right.
I could be saying, having y'all say some other stuff, but, I love y'all, so I wouldn't even do y'all like that. But, all right, so let me tell you guys a little bit about Minds Up. Y'all got to forgive me because I'm trying to fix this live. Y'all know this phone suck. Y'all already know. Okay, so, all right, I guess it's going to figure its life out right now. Okay, so, okay, there we go. My bad.
She's getting it
I'm
together.
terrible.
She's
Here
getting
we
it
go.
together.
Here we go. Okay, so Minds Up. So Minds Up don't think I'm not a weirdo for this, okay? I just pick up a lot of things, in on a higher level of consciousness, okay? So I don't know. I started writing more and more quotes, as I always did, my little daily motivation or what have you, and all of a sudden, I just noticed at the end of the things that I used to say, all of a sudden I used to put #minds up. I had no idea why I was doing it, and I didn't really question it, but it wasn't something that I was intentionally trying to do. It was like, as I was writing, it's what came out as I typed. And so, I don't know, I just kept using it, whatever. So then I asked, I said, well, what is this? Like, minds up, what is the definition of it? So it was more like, you know how somebody say real talk?
Right. Mm-hmm.
When you say minds up, like you're saying like what that person is saying, they're speaking the truth. Okay. They're giving you wisdom. They're and when I say minds up, that's my commitment to you. To me, that is allowing me to let me know that you are open to receiving the information that I'm going to deliver to you. All right, so so she was like, "Mine's up." That's me, and when y'all say "mine's up" back, it's like, all right, we just connected to one. Now you're on a whole nother different level of thinking, because I don't talk to you on a surface level. Okay, and so that's what God gave me. That's what I use, and it works. That's all I can tell you.
Great, good explanation. Good explanation. We'll take that. That's awesome.
After it started up with that, what ended up happening was, I think I started doing Minds Up music, and I started doing showcases because I'm an artist. Well, at the time I was like a bigger artist. Like, I don't really deal with the music stuff like that no more. But that's a whole other story. Anyway, so I used to do these music showcases where I would have artists come out, and when I transformed from the old life, I didn't want to hear all of the bottle popping, booty shaking music. I didn't want to hear that. So I would have artists come in who had conscious music, meaning music that actually teach you, like a Nas or a Common or somebody like that, that would come in and perform, give other people an opportunity to be around other people who think differently. Okay, and they just turned out to where people was begging me for a minute, like, when are you bringing it back? When are you bringing it back? And I'm just like, I don't think that's gonna happen because my everything in my life just changed, and then after that we started doing Minds Up sessions where we would have the group roundtable talks. We would have a particular topic that we would talk about, and that would be that. We would talk about that. Then after we do Minds Up sessions, I'm telling you, that Minds Up went through so many different transitions, and I'm not going to take you through the whole list, but I will tell you where we have landed is Minds Up Academy, which is a school for the enlightened, enlightened people who understand their God self already, people who are not still trying to figure God out, people who already know, who they are, understanding their existence of being here, understanding, their soul self, understanding that inner child, understanding, that part of you that people don't really talk about. And why don't they talk about it? They don't really talk about it because they fear the unknown. And so because it's that very part that you're afraid to know about yourself that's keeping you stuck with the same self that you see. Okay, so, the way that this works is you have to see yourself as you see yourself. So if you see yourself as this, person who just can't get it right, then that's what you end up attracting. But Minds Up Academy is really for the person who's ready to say, I'm done with the old me. Show me how to get to the person that I came here to be.
And how can people connect if they want more information about the Minds Up?
Oh, yeah. So for Minds Up, you guys can go to, actually, you can just go to TakiyahDiamond.com. Go to TakiyahDiamond.com. You can also, Minds Up Academy also has a website. I'm still building it, but it has online courses where you can take online courses. And you can also book like one-on-one sessions with me, so that we can figure out what is your story? What is stuck in your DNA? What don't you know? And the next thing I'm going to be bringing to you guys is DNA reconstruction. And so I'm going to be going into your DNA and restructuring some things. gonna be so awesome, guys. So it's really like next level. You know what I mean? So it's like I had to take you through the different schools that I took you through, because you would never understand the fifth dimension. You would never understand that if I don't take you through these lower levels of understanding first.
Right.
Okay, and so now I'm done with it. Now that I have the new book, I'm over y'all.
And let's talk about the new book. Let's talk about how did the new book come into being?
Right. So, y'all ready?
We are ready. The countdown begins.
I present to you guys from poverty to profit.
All right.
Yes. Mine's up, mine's up. From poverty to profit, guys, I present to you today here on 91.7 FM. For the first time on radio, doing an interview. I've done TV, but this is the first time I'm doing a radio show interview.
Shout out to Gems
You got
Radio.
the first GemsRadio.net. All right, and you guys get to call in today too.
Yes, you can call in. The number is 973-910-3331. That's 973-910-3331. If you have a question for Takiyah Diamond.
Yes. So this book, from poverty to profit, changed my world. Like, as the writer, one thing I want you guys to understand, like, I don't write from a place of like I'm trying to like talk to you, like make it like a workbook, like a textbook, like a college doctrine type book. When I write based on your level of understanding. So you will actually hear me speaking to you. Like, as you go through the pages of this book, you're going to hear Takiyah talking. You're going to hear me. You're going to hear my voice. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's so right. Dang, my mother did used to say this to me. Like, you know what I mean? And so, from poverty to profit, what I'm going to do real quick is just read you guys the short synopsis, okay, so that you guys have a good idea of what the book is about. So, well, first of all, it's going to tell you a little bit about me. So, Takiyah Diamond is a transformation mind hack engineer. What you know about that? I'm a mind hack engineer. I help you mind hack your mind back. I help you, understand what beliefs that you have. We get down into those beliefs and we identify them and eliminate them and replace them with new beliefs. Okay, so that is my ultimate job description. All right, so international speaker, coach, trainer in the field of personal development. She helps men and women who struggle with confidence, scarcity, and other unhealthy mental attitudes that disable their inner power to achieve success. So that's about me. Now let's talk about the book. Change your mindset. Change your money.
Change your mindset. Change your money.
Change your mindset. Y'all look at this real good now. Change your mindset. Change your money. Change your mindset. Change your money. Okay? That is how you get from poverty to profit.
Wow, just that simple, right? Simple concept.
Simple concept. It's not easy to do because it takes practice.
Exactly.
Just like if you are you're trying to lose 10 pounds. You don't go to the gym for 3 days and then you just drop all the weight and now you are built in mass. No, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is your mindset. All of the negative thinking that you had about money wasn't created in a day. It was over time that you heard your mother, tell you that you couldn't have a certain thing, or when you went to school, you were taught that black people were poor, and let's not mention that there are all nationalities of people who experience poverty. This book is not for just because I wrote it that it's just for my people. It's for anybody who has experienced poverty or who is presently in poverty but really have a burning desire to get past it. All right, so it's time to get past the poor mentality and create wealthy habits that put you within radar to where abundance lives. Although you may have made many attempts to figure out why money keeps its distance from you, hardships continue to disturb your happiness, plague your mind, and interfere with your daily life. The idea of money has had a hold on you long enough. And it's time you know the truth about money and how to use it to generate more of it to you. Financial freedom is your birthright. But if you feel stuck as to how to increase your bank account balance, this guide is for you. I will reveal to you the lies that you've been told about money that deeply affect what's in your wallet. But I will also reveal the action steps that you can begin taking right now that have the ability to change your financial future forever. You will know the do's and don'ts that it takes to move you from poverty to profit.
I like that. This is why you got to get this book, people. You got to get this book.
Guys,
from poverty
this book
to
is
profit.
detrimental. Oh, that's all I can tell you. It's detrimental that you have a copy of this book.
Now, where can I get a copy? Let's
So
go.
all you gotta do in order to get a copy of this book is go to Poverty to Profit, Poverty to Profit, just the way that you see it right here on the book. There's no extracurricular spelling or anything like that. No, Z's or whatever.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people do something like that.
PovertyToProfit.org. Okay, not .com, .org. I'm gonna buy .com too, but right now it's .org because the way that I'm doing this is I'm reorganizing your mind. So this is an organization, a reorganization of your thoughts, a reorganization of your life, a reorganization of your financial story. Because at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's just a story. And it's a story that you've been told. It's a story that you accepted. And so it has become a part of you. But guess what? It doesn't matter that it's a part of you. You have an opportunity to change it at any given time. You just have to make a decision that I want to make more money and I need to learn how to make more money. And what ends up happening is when you line up your vibration with financial wealth or starting to look for ways to actually make more money, then you can see the opportunities. Because what ends up happening is that the opportunities will be there. They're in front of your face right now, but you can't see them. You know why you can't see them? Because you're not wired. You're not on the radar where they are. But then there'll be times when you have all of these wonderful money-making ideas, right? And they'll come in for you for a day, right? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know my lips dry. Y'all know TK real, man. Y'all already know. So, ain't all that, I'm a very wise woman, but at the same time, I'm real, okay? So, God, now you made me lose my train of thought.
That's okay.
But anyway, what was I saying? I was forgotten now.
You were just sharing the book. You were sharing the book.
So anyway, go to the site. Because whatever I was saying, I think I was teaching y'all something about money. But anyway.
How long did it take you to write the book?
Believe it or not, this probably was the fastest book that I was able to write out of all of my books. And I think because it was changing my money mindset as I was writing it. That's where I was leaving off at. I was leaving when I write, the information is like downloaded into my brain. It's like when I sit down, there's, God's voice, there's Holy Spirit speaking to me saying, go look up this.
We're getting ready to take a quick break before we close the program. Again, you're listening to The Credit Repair Show here on gemsradio.net. Heard locally on 91.7 FM. I'm your host, the credit doctor, Angelo McCutcheon. We have the fabulous Takiyah Diamond in the house.
Y'all better clap it up.
There you go.
I want to see some flowers.
You heard that? We're going to come right back after this quick break, and we're going to let her just talk more about the book and where you can get the book. We'll be right back right after this.
Mine's up, y'all.
Mine's up.
Mine's up.
My wife says she love your laugh. She keep telling me to get the book before I leave. The book.
Hey y'all, what's good? Facebook, who's over here? Who wants to go? Hey, Vanguard. What's up?
Travis Gray, Tiff. Thanks you guys for logging on. We have a special guest in the house. So guess what? I don't have to talk too much. I don't have to talk too much. I got a guest in the house who loves to talk. She's a motivator. She's a motivator. So I can save my voice. What?
Hey, Dana.
I think when I'm here by myself and I gotta do the whole hour, I'll be hoarse, but I'm going.
91.7 radio station out here at gemsradio.net.
God bless you, Dr. Joshua, Mary Joshua. God bless you.
Hey, what? Hey, sister, Gail. Hey, Gail. Woo! Hey, sister. Yes. So, guys, I'm on 91.7 FM.
Look at she's still going at it.
Watch,
look.
Want to be calling 973
910-3331.
3331. Okay? So call in, just say what's up to me. Like, Dad, can I get a phone call at least?
She's on fire. We're on a station break. We'll be back on the air in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Where they find a book at, how they can get in contact with you. Mine's up again. Hit them with everything.
I'm going to tell them maybe 3 chapters in the book.
Okay.
Tell them the What's Your Money Blueprint, Money Lies, and Habits of the Wealthy and Poor.
Okay. Hey, Ronald Anderson, thanks for logging on. All right, 40 seconds. And once we go on the air, we're going to have about 8 minutes. So go in.
Okay. I got 8 minutes.
8 minutes. $20 seconds. $10 seconds. 5. Welcome back to the Credit Repair Show. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in across the country to my Facebook Live audience. I truly want to thank you guys for I have enjoyed myself here. You know why? Because I didn't have to say much. My friend Takiyah Diamond, the motivator, she's got the gift. And I tell you, it's the transformer doing it big. And I really want to say, before I let you just take off, want to say thank you, Takiyah, for coming on the show and being my guest and sharing your motivation, your books, your minds up. I really appreciate you coming. Don't want this to be the last time you come here. At least before I go to Virginia.
Oh,
got to get you to come back.
I'm not before my interview, homie. That is not happening. This is gonna get done.
Listen again.
Hey, Tia.
I want to thank you and I really appreciate you. Tell everybody again about the book, where they can get in contact with you, where they can get the book. And I want everybody out there to support my sister. Please support my sister.
Please support them. More importantly, support yourself.
That's right. It's an investment in yourself.
Oh my God, this book is your guide to financial freedom, guys. I give you passive income, ways to make passive income, which means make money while you sleep. In here, I actually talk about your money blueprint, so you can actually discover what your money blueprint is. Well, once you understand your blueprint, you understand the way you wired, then you can change your blueprint. And as you change the blueprint, your DNA changes, okay? And so I also talk about in here a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset, because you you have to understand, do you have a mindset for growth? If you don't have a mindset for growth, then your money can never change. Your capacity can never change, all right? So we talk about that. I got a chapter in this book called Show Me the Money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. Habits of the wealthy and rich and the poor. Like, what's the difference? What habits do rich people have and what habits do wealthy people have? Because there's a difference between being rich. There's a difference between being wealthy. Okay, so real quick, I'll just tell you guys the difference between the two. Being rich means you have a lot of money. You possess a lot of money, and you possess this money, and you go splurge it, and you do whatever, you buy jewelry and, you know, material items. Somebody who's wealthy will invest that money so that the money will continue to grow. They actually have money working for them rather than them working for money. Okay, and so that's the difference. All right, so I explained all of this in the book From Poverty to Profit. We talked about your money lies, and my favorite chapter is Breaking Up with Brokeism.
That's a good one right there.
Breaking up with brokeism. Because it's time for you to write that letter and be like, you know, dear child support, dear baby mama, dear baby daddy, dear tax collector, dear whoever, you know, I am writing you this letter to say bye. You know, I'm breaking up with this relationship because brokeism is just a bad relationship that you have with money. It works just like your regular relationships. But the thing is, it's just like, you know, when you're used to being with someone and you get comfortable, nothing changes in the relationship. And when you get comfortable with your money story and you get comfortable with your money situation and you think that, oh, receiving $1,500 every 2 weeks is a good life, boo. Oh my God, that is a poverty mindset.
Yes, you said that again. That is so true.
That is a poverty. Now, $1,500 is not a lot of money. If you ask, or one thing that my friend always asks before he does his workshops is, you know, what is a good salary to you? Let's say the average person may say $60,000 a year or $100,000 a year. And so the other question would be, what is a good salary to for somebody who lives in Hollywood, California? And then the answer was like, oh, 1.5 million. 3.7 million. So what makes their financial cap any different from your financial cap? That financial cap is a belief system as to what you believe that you can receive. Okay, so it's not until you actually let go of that stronghold, because that's what it is. It's a stronghold on your mind. Wow. And you have to be in control of that. And you have to recognize the belief when it shows up. Don't get mad at it, because getting mad at it is just going to create more reasons for you to feel that way. You're going to understand the belief. Understand that, oh my God, that there's a money block. You know what I mean? And this has really hindered me from, you know, receiving more. But that cap, once you have that cap and you break that financial ceiling, when you break that financial ceiling, it becomes limitless. Next thing you know, you're making $10,000 a month. Rather, you're making in what you made for a whole year in 1 month.
Right.
That's true wealth. That's true prosperity. But how do you make yourself that valuable? By investing in things with your money that makes you more money. It's not about taking the money and spending the money. That's the wrong programming.
I hope you guys are listening.
Guess what? Guess what, guys? Money's not going nowhere. Just because you get it in your hand doesn't mean you got to spend it right away. You know what I'm saying? However, money likes to be in the flow. So go put it in something where it's being used, but it's making you more of it. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you grow your financial cap. Next thing you know, you check your investment account. You got 6 figures in your investment account for retirement. Do you understand like why retirement is so important? Do you understand why saving for retirement is important? Because when you retire at age 65 and you're no longer working that 9 to 5 because now you got arthritis in your hands or whatever, and they don't need you no more because you can't type and do what they hired you to do. Trading time for money, that's a whole nother thing. And it's not even that you're even really like trading time for money. Basically, it's you are a market value. Your skill is a market value. What is the market value of you being a telemarketer? What is the market value of you being a salesperson? What is the market value of you being a doctor or a nurse? There's a market value for the skill that you have. If you want more money, that means you need to increase your skills so that you can make more money, because your value changes when you have more skills. So instead of you being all right with $60,000, somebody will be willing to pay you $150,000 a year for whatever it is that you do. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about, you understanding how money works and understanding the concept. Hey, Takiyah. It's all about you understanding how money works. It's all about you understanding that, most people think that they have to work until they die in order to survive. But you'll never have the big money until you have money start working for you. Okay? So I break all of this down in this book, From Poverty to Profit. I give you guys passive income ways. So you can't tell me, oh, well, I don't know how to make more money. If you get this book, I actually give you ways that you can make more money. So it's no excuse.
You got to get the book, people. You got to get the book.
It's no excuse. You can get this book at povertytoprofit.org. Povertytoprofit.org. The same way that you see it spelled, no special spelling. The same way you see it spelled, that's the way that it is on the site. Povertytoprofit.org. Go to the site. If you go to the site, you're going to get free money mindset tools on the site. I teach you how to get out of debt. And I also have financial resources. So I have, people who are lenders for corporations. I have the credit doctor who you're experiencing right now, Angelo McCutcheon, who repairs your credit, who does your taxes. I have Lamont Millions, who's in a financial advisor. I have if you've been through all of this already and money is still not coming to you, then your DNA needs to be reconstructed. Wow. I have someone on a resource of someone who goes into your DNA, reconstructs your DNA so that you no longer have to live that story. You won't even recall it. And so when somebody says something that's a poverty mindset thing, what will happen is your mind will reject it. It's just like how when you keep believing the negative beliefs and you got more negative beliefs, when you try to put something positive in there, your mind rejects it. Why does your mind reject that belief? It rejects it because it has more of the negative energy or the negative beliefs as more factual, because your focus is on it so much. Wow. So you create a fact, okay? It's no longer an image or just fiction, okay? You create it into a fact. With your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, they all create things.
Quickly,
okay?
If someone wanted to bring you in to speak at their church, group, organization, how can they get in touch with you?
Okay, so guys, if you would like to have me come out and speak, I am a professional speaker. I have wonderful workshops. Angelo can tell you that.
Absolutely. They went at our church.
I'm on fire. You just gotta get ready. You gotta be ready to receive what I give, okay? Because it's not coming from me. It's coming from a higher version of myself, okay? You guys see this outside. But anyway, TakiyahDiamond.com. You can go to that site. You can see you'll be able to coach with me. You can also find the different workshops that I do. You can email me at takiyahonline@gmail.com. Or Google me, baby. Mine's up.
Mine's up. Once again, you have been listening to the Credit Repair Show with my special guest, Takiyah Diamond. We have enjoyed her in this hour. She have gave a wealth of information, and you guys make sure you reach out to her, bring her in to speak at your group, church, organization, whatever it might be. Make sure you get the book and support our dear sister. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in for this hour across the country at jimsradio.net, 91.7 FM locally. And again, until we see you guys again or hear from you guys again, remember what we close with. Always stay blessed, but even better, make sure you be a blessing. Good night, everybody.
Hey, y'all. What's good? What's going
All right, Facebook Live folks, I want to thank you guys. Make sure you like and share this video. Norris, thanks for logging on. Go back and watch it from the beginning. You got to make sure you go back to the beginning and listen to this. So like and share the video. Again, like and share the video. This was an awesome interview with Takiyah Diamond. She gave us a lot of wealth of information. Her new book is From Poverty to Profit. Go to povertyfromprofit.org, get her book, or TakiyahDiamond.com, and bring her in. She's awesome. It's awesome. All right, so you guys have a blessed day, blessed evening. Like and share the video. Stay blessed, and always remember to be a blessing.